It's Bruins Benders Postgame Live on the Inside the Rink YouTube channel with Maddie and Smitty. Click subscribe to watch us all season long right here on YouTube. Follow Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Bruins Benders. We are on X as well. The Bruins get another dub, 2 in a row. They take out the Detroit Red Wings 3-2 tonight in overtime. The goal by Pavel Zacha. They come back to win today after falling down 2-1 in the third. Lucas Swayman with a couple of goals, but the Bruins scratch and claw, and don't look now, but the Bruins are just 3 points out of first place in the Atlantic Division.
Unbelievable.
It's
it really
unreal.
is. It really is. After all the goings on with Boston all year long, firing the coach, and to be 3 points out is pretty miraculous. They're still minus 16 or 15 on the season goal differential. Somehow they're 2 games over 500 and 3 points out of first. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It really is. And, the team has responded, it seems, to Joe Sacco. They've righted the ship some here. Still some goal scoring deficiencies. But again, this is the type of game they need to win.
Yeah.
Scratch and claw, 3-2 in overtime. They finally get a third period goal at home by Justin Brazeau. So that was, in a precious spot anyway, when they hadn't had many all season long at home. So not a very good third period team. So
they got a couple against Montreal.
But what I'm saying is that they in a game when they really needed one.
Yes.
They needed down 2-1. They really need a goal in the third period at home. They haven't been a good third period team at all at home or overall. And the goal differential has shown that this season.
That was their first non-Montreal third period goal all season. All
season. Right.
All 3 of their other Montreal third period goals have been against Montreal. So finally, nice to get it done against somebody else. A big win, a huge win. I thought when they went down 2-1, they were in big trouble. But then the power play comes through. Low Rye, your buddy Brazeau with the tip in front. He's proven valuable. I mean, he's got 11 goals in his career, and 5 or 6 of them are on the power play. So he can do that job in front of the net. He's good around the net. He has pretty good hands there. And when he's on the power play, the skating really isn't an issue. So, that might be a decent spot for him. I mean, if he wants to turn into a very, 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 very poor man's Joe Pavelski, then he can. I'd be fine with that.
Like really poor. Like
that's why I said very
really
6 times.
Like
sorry, John.
Food stamps and
that's why I said it 6 times. Okay. That's why I said it.
Right. That's what it said. Said it 6 times. Maybe a 7th would be warranted. But it was T-Boz is thrilled to death. Justin Brazeau scores again, his 6th, 9 away from a t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Judging by the top shelf bourbon he drinks, I can't believe he's dying for a free t-shirt. But hey, he might just get one. He might just get one. So the Bruins get a good win, and Nikita Zadorov scores a goal tonight. Wasn't fantastic in the third period, Nikita, but he's playing. I guess he's been playing a little bit better lately, and he scores a goal, which from the back end, Bruins haven't been getting much offense from the defenseman. So it was nice to see a defenseman score.
Yeah, and that was a bomb. Bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, they need guys to chip in. It doesn't matter who it is. Defensemen, forwards, anybody up and down the roster. They need help from all areas scoring goals. So anybody that can chip in and score, that's good news for the Bruins.
Yeah, for sure. So now, the Bruins get the 3-2 win in overtime. They go to 13-11-3 on the season. And I'll tell you, from Montreal and Detroit now, and have not really beaten a really good team, and those teams are coming up down the line here. And so, every time we kind of see one of these wins, there's this caveat that they still haven't beaten like top echelon teams in the league. And luckily, the Maple Leafs and Panthers have been kind of up and down and struggling at times and keeping the Bruins in the race in the Atlantic Division. So they do have some games in hand. But overall, I mean, the Bruins are still kind of right there. And if they can, continue to get better and get their game right, then, maybe they'll be in this thing right to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it appears that way. I don't think there's any, or at least right now, it doesn't appear as though there are any really elite teams in the Atlantic the way, everybody's playing currently. I mean, Florida and Toronto are obviously better than them. But, other than that, everybody's kind of in the middle. Right. So, there's a spot there up for grabs. And if the Bruins can solidify things defensively and score enough, they could sneak in for sure.
Yeah. Now, the Brazeau goal set up 4 seconds into the power play.
Yep.
With a really good shot by Mason Lohrei. And people have been clamoring for Lohrei to get some more PP time. And he puts a really good shot on net that's tipped home. So, again, from the back end, some activity that creates a goal.
Yeah, he was good tonight. Offensively, I think defensively he still struggles some. Yeah. He got turned around by somebody coming at him with speed. I don't remember who the player was, but walked him basically and almost scored. So he's still got some work to do defensively, but offensively, I mean, he's pretty good back there. So he had another shot later in the period where came out to the right point and he got it on net, and that was tipped as well. So he's finding ways to get shots through and get them tipped by guys in front. And that's a skill. I mean, people don't think it is, but you got to get it by the first, forechecker, and then you got to get it by the defenseman who's fronting, your player in front there. So, he's good at that. And if he can continue to get shots through, that'll lead to more goals for the Bruins because, whether it's a screen or a tip or a rebound, only good things happen when you get the puck to the net.
Yeah, for sure. And Lohrei had 3 block shots tonight, 2 shots on net, a hit, no giveaways. Brandon Carlo with 4 giveaways tonight. That wasn't terrific.
Brandon Carlo had his head all the way up his ass tonight, all the way up it. He was awful tonight. I don't know what the hell he was doing. A few times he was just lucky. Like he just shoveled the puck out of the net front to basically right on the tape of the Red Wings a couple of times, coming in with wide open nets. Korpisalo bailed him out on what was easily the save of the game and probably saved the game for the Bruins because it would have put the Wings up 3-1 at the time. And Korpisalo just bailed his ass out. He was brutal tonight, and they need him to be much better. And I'm sure he'll rebound. But not a good night for Carlo.
Yeah, Elias Lindholm only played 15-59 tonight. He had 0 shots, and so did Marchand. So when you have Lindholm and Marchand, neither one of them getting shots on net, and still to be able to win tonight. I thought Marchand wasn't as good as he has been in the last couple of games.
No,
just not that good tonight. And Pastrnak still kind of, not the Pastrnak we're, accustomed to. He did score the other day, but finally they got off to Schneid. But he's still, especially, you talk about him not passing, and then he seems to pass at the most inopportune time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just he's caught in between or something there. Trent Frederick and Mark Kaslik both with 8 hits tonight. Frederick he had a brutal turnover that Korpisalo made a great save on at one point in the game. Frederick is we've talked about Frederick a ton. And I wanted to talk to you about this Morgan Geekie thing. One of the podcasts that's out there for the Bruins, they made mention of Geekie not, being a first liner and all the stuff that we've been talking about too, and everybody's been talking about really. And then Geekie responded, and it was like, something like, "Dude, tell me how you really feel," or something.
Yeah, it was.
And,
that's almost word for word what he said.
It's crazy, really. You almost wonder, like, a player like that like responds to something like that, you almost have to worry about like what he played it off as he likes his motivation and all this stuff. But you start getting into that game, I'm just not a fan of what that means for a player to be responding to people on X.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel kind of like you do. I think that it feels like because he's struggling, especially that, maybe the skin's a little too thin there and it's kind of getting to him a little bit. He knows he's struggling. Everybody knows he's struggling. So, that he's been a little better on that line than he's been otherwise. But, still not producing. And if you're playing in that spot on that line, you have to either produce or you have to bring the energy and win the battles along the walls. And he's not really doing much of anything. So, that's just not really his spot. He shouldn't be put in that spot, but they just don't have other answers. That's just, maybe they'll mix it up now. Cause I thought like you said, the Marchand, Lindholm, Brazeau line wasn't great tonight. Mm-hmm. Marchand and Lindholm both weren't great. So maybe they'll mix it up again and they'll take Geeky off that line and put somebody else there just to see if they can catch a spark or something. But, Marchand back in the day used to chirp people all the time, but it was when he was going well and he was just kind of like, right. He wasn't like, he would chirp somebody back. It wouldn't be like, tell me how you feel.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, geeks, just talking to people about, so there's a tweet here and he says, yeah, tell me how you really feel. And, it's look, I just don't think you start getting into that thing, but,
no,
but Geeky is out of place and it's not his fault. He's a third to fourth liner, bottom six guy. And that's what he is. And he hasn't really been able to do much of anything offensively like he did last year. So, it kind of is what it is. It is with him.
What do you think about Detroit whining for a call at the end in overtime?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those, I could see why. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Brinket actually released Pastrnak's stick from his hand when he was falling.
Right. Well, the thing
he can fuck right off.
Yeah, the one that I didn't love is the McAvoy penalty. Like the guy chicken wing the stick. Like I don't know how do you hook a guy with one hand? He must be the strongest bastard in the world.
Yeah.
Like I don't get that one at all.
I mean that was a shit call, and then they missed and. Probably the reason that the call wasn't made at the end is because when Zacha was driving the net, guy, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Sherratt, clipped him right in the face. He's bleeding from his mouth. It should have been a 4-minute penalty, and they didn't call anything.
No.
So, Detroit can, sit down and shut up, take the L. Yeah.
How about was it? I don't know if it was McAvoy, Dylan Larkin, makes this great play.
That was amazing. It wasn't McAvoy.
Oh, no, I don't know who it was, but it might have been Lowry. So I don't know who it was, but he just made this great play around him and didn't score. But boy, that was close.
I think it was a forward. That came back.
Okay,
yeah,
forward back.
But it wasn't. That was an amazing play, and they were lucky that it hit the post.
What a play!
Yeah,
that was something else. All right, fan comments. This one, Pasta still looks like you could care less to connect with a pass on the power play. Lazy fuck. Sorry, John says T-Buzz. Pasta, look, we've said this for a while. The power play is too dependent on Pasta getting that one-timer. Mm-hmm. Everybody's trying to jam it over to him. Every team in the league know what's happening. There's a guy standing right by him every single time. And now he's getting the puck. He's gliding, and getting the puck at a horrific angle where he'll never score from there. And trying to one-time it from the boards. It's just getting ridiculous. I mean, let's try something else. It's just put him at the bumper. Try something else. It's not working there. So the power play has been a mess, and it still is a mess, and it's being taught by a check-in center. So there you go.
That is 100% true. Right. They should try Pastrnak at the bumper. I like that idea.
Right.
I think that would open up the wings if they put him there. Everybody's going to collapse there. You might be able to go down low, crease cross crease. That there's something there. There's something there for you.
Why not pass with the bumper?
I mean, why can't you coach the power play?
I'll do it. I'll coach the power play. I have more experience than Chris Kelly.
You have 5 less power play goals than Chris Kelly does.
Chris Kelly does. Right. Right. I can't even skate. T. Slizzy. I think there's a legitimate reason that they should make some moves on this team. Coyle making that money. Frederick and Carlo could all bring some good hauls and open some money. Well, I don't know how much of a haul they're going to bring. Carlo might bring a little bit, but not Frederick and Coyle. Not at this point in their careers. I just don't see it happening. I'm an advocate for trade Freddie for a 2nd round pick if someone gives you one right now. Trade him right now. Yeah. Take the money. Trade him right now. You're not going to sign him again. He's not doing anything. Nope. It's not like you're losing much. Take the 2nd round pick if you get one. Take it.
I'm with you.
Take it right now.
Yep.
Take it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I don't care. But there's so many people who are just Frederick apologists. He's just been pretty bad all season long, and it doesn't look like it's getting better. And there's times when it looks like he's really not really grinding it out. You know what I mean? It's just times when he just doesn't seem like tonight he had 8 hits, but there's other nights where I don't hear his name much at all. I don't see him much at all. He's not agitating. He's not really doing much of anything.
Yeah, we got no sips from Adrian and T-Boz tonight. So
no sips early mornings, I guess tomorrow.
I'm doing the drinking for everybody.
Okay.
I got my Saxon's maple bourbon.
Yeah,
delicious.
We've got a start bench cut coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
That we did 3 different bourbons, so that's going to be coming out soon on the YouTube channel here. So keep an eye out for that. We just did it this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
In a dank hotel room in downtown Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
dank being the operative word. How could this team have the worst power play and one of the worst penalty kills? Says T. Slizzy. Power play is bad, and a penalty kill did not get off to a great start this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it still continues to not be as effective as it was. They have lost some really good penalty killers over the last couple of years, and they're implementing some different guys in there, new guys. Seems to be a little disjointed at times. Hopefully they get that thing right.
Since Sacco has taken over, it's been better.
It's been better, yeah.
And better. The Red Wings are a top 5 unit, top 5 power play in the league. So that's the only thing the Red Wings do well. So
stay out of the fucking box. Sorry, John.
I was trying to say that during the live tweeting of the game.
Yes,
the only thing they can do
is
stop taking fucking penalties. Sorry,
yes. Just Nikita Zadorov takes a penalty away from the puck, a slashing penalty. What are you doing? That's not what the team needs right now.
No.
T-Boz Brazo Watch 2024 9 goals. 9 goals until T-Boz gets his Sorry John t-shirt. That's correct.
Yeah. He wants the Sorry John. That's why.
He wants the Sorry John.
And everybody should go and get a Sorry John.
They should get a Sorry John. It's a beaut. It's a real beaut.
It's
Josh Belair. Zadorov needs to take a seat for a few because of all the stupid penalties at bad times in games. He does take an enormous amount of penalties, but this is his MO. The resume says this is what he does. I mean, this is what he does. Takes bad penalties.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's done it
this is not a shock.
No, he's done it his whole career.
And he's making $5 million. You paid $5 million
for a penalty
over 6 years or whatever for a penalty machine. Bruce Bridger, when will they bring in somebody to coach power play, costing them a lot of points? I agree with it, Bruce. It's one of the real mysteries as to why Chris Kelly's doing it. I have no idea why. Look, I think Joe Sacco's doing an admirable job. I'm still in favor of blowing the thing up and getting rid of all this coaches that they've had for years and years and years. I just new regime. I'm up for a new regime. Still, even if the Bruins are playing better now.
Sure.
Sean Michael, where the hell are the boys? I need to go tickle the old lady. Well, Sean, I'll tell you, as much as the old lady is ready for that, we got on early for you, Sean.
Yeah, we did. We got on a little early. There was the overtime threw a monkey wrench into everybody's plans.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean,
Yeah, apologize to her for me, please. Final sequence: 88 with a deke, turnover, penalty uncalled, passing up wide open net to pass to Zacha, take the win, but 88 got bailed out there and continues to show his lack of hockey IQ, says Pejman. I think, I look at the end of the day, I think Pastrnak has a lot of hockey IQ. The issue with Pastrnak is that I just think he's out of sorts. I just think that, he was hurt in the off season, didn't train a lot. He's got new, line mates. He doesn't have a great playmaking center with him. There's a lot of things going on there. And I think also, look, if you take him away, then the rest of the team doesn't score. Like, he had 45 more points than the next guy last year.
Yeah.
So I think the book on it is let's just blanket Pastrnak.
Sure.
And make somebody else play. And, that has to be under consideration, that maybe the defenses and the teams are just really scouting it so that they're just not going to let them beat you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you should do. That's right. What you should do if you play the Bruins. Like, if we stop Pastrnak, we have a really good chance of winning.
Sure.
So yeah, rough them up. Stick with them. It's not really a very hard pre-scout for the Bruins. Be hard on their defense and don't let Pastrnak, score. You should win. Right. There it is.
That's it. The Rat 63 need a new power play coach and need to bring in scoring. They do, for sure. And Bruce, again, I realize don't have the upfront talent other teams have, but no way they should be last in the league. And that's true, Bruce. That really is true. They should not be last in the league in power play.
No.
They haven't been able to figure that out for a couple of years, really. So I'm with you on that. Nicky Canuck, typical Bruins win, grind it out. And that's going to have to be what it is, Nicky. This is what this team is goaltending, defense, and a timely goal to win the thing. And that's what they got tonight. I mean, this is the recipe right here.
Yeah, this is what they're going to need all season long. This is going to be a typical Bruins win from this year, because this is what they're going to have to do to win games.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what they have to do. If they try to get out of that thing, then it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They're gonna lose 7-3 games because
if they try to go up and down with teams, they don't have the firepower to do that. That's not the way they can win games.
It's not.
Which is it kind of limits how much they can win, I think, because, the really good teams could beat you in a number of different ways. If you want to play a tight checking game, they can do that. If you want to open it up and win, 8-7, they can do that. The Bruins aren't that team, though. They only have one way to win, and it's what you saw tonight. Get pretty good goaltending, a power play goal, and, kick one in at the end. That's what you're going to see most of the year.
Sure. Kyle Galusha, what might be the comment of the night, seeing Joe Sacco actually bitch out the ref instead of standing there with his hands in his pockets is so refreshing. And it isn't it though? Like, maybe you needed a little Medford Mass in there.
You did.
You just need a little Medfa.
Yeah.
That's all. Here's and that reminds me. I'd like everybody who's listening right now, watching, is to if there's anybody from Massachusetts watches this, I feel like it's all over the world, all over the country. And I don't know if is anybody like driving distance to TD Garden. Like,
we are international motherfuckers. We are. Sorry, John. Sorry, John. By the way, producer Connor is gonna throw up our graphic here.
Oh, sorry, John.
Yeah, boom. There you go. 20% off with the code. There's a QR code. Code Sorry John. 20% off only during post-game live. So if you want one, go get it now. You can still listen and order your t-shirt at the same time.
Yeah, order it right up. I mean, this is a beaut.
And look at that guy in the model there of the t-shirt. A little bit like Mason Lowry.
I was just going to say that. He looks like Mason Lowry. We don't have Mason Lowry.
No, I'm going to pretend it is. Mason.
Yeah, it is. It was Mason Lowry. He stopped by. He liked it. He's got one. He bought it.
He does. Yeah.
Just got his BB t-shirt today, says T-Boz. So I got my paid one. Excellent, T-Boz. Thanks for supporting.
Yeah, we appreciate it, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Taz 24. I understand that players go into slumps, but Pastrnak is much more than a slump. It is worrisome. He is bumbling, fumbling, stumbling. Can't shoot, can't score. Something must be going on. And Taz, I'm kind of with you on it. It's been a while, and he still just doesn't look like the same player. I'm not sure what it really is. I don't. If it's a combination of things, I don't get it. But I'm with you. It's been a little bit too long to just be a slump, and that might be a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a little bit caught in between shot and pass, so he's thinking the game rather than playing the game, I think. And I feel like he might be dealing with a little something. It just seems like he's just a little bit off on his shots. He's not getting enough on them. You know, there's just something a little bit off. He doesn't have the same speed a lot of the time. It's only like once in a while. So I'm wondering if he has like a low to body injury that he's kind of dealing with. That's kind of hampering him a little bit.
Could it be that that the injury just never got right?
Could be.
Summer? You never know.
Or he re-aggravated it because he played over the summer and it healed up a little bit and then re-aggravated it during the early part of the season sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
He's taking a decent amount of punishment because, like you said, that's the books out on the Bruins. Like, stop him and you pretty much can win. So
yeah,
he's been getting beat up pretty good.
Yeah. Jason Larad says, looks like McAvoy is trying to force more shots on goal. I think that's true, Jason. I think that he's trying to I think that Sacco is preaching, like, get the puck on net, like no more quality over quantity. And I think he's trying to do that. Now, whether it's ill-advised at times or whatever, I'm not going to play that game. I'd rather have him shoot it. Like, if we can't be, I don't think he can nitpick anymore. Like, just shoot the puck. Like, just shoot it on net. And whether or not he should or shouldn't at certain times, I would just, give him the benefit of the doubt. Let him shoot the puck.
Yeah, I think you got to live with it.
You got to live with it.
Yeah, until you can get him into a mentality where he's thinking shot, you need to live with they're going to block some or whatever. And it doesn't even have to be on net. It just has to be towards the net, close to the net. As long as it can get through and you get an opportunity for a tip or something. And it's the threat more than anything else. Because if he threatens the shot, that opens up other people, especially on the power play. So he has to do that. He has to. Ray Bourque said in the booth he wished he would shoot like he did. Ray Bourque never turned down a shot. He had fucking 380 shots this season, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, he shot the puck. What did he shoot? 5,000 shots on net. So isn't he like third in history or something?
Yeah, I mean, he used to routinely be over 300 shots a season. Like
routinely. Yes. Routinely. Cam Berger, is it possible to get Zadorov on the power play and just park him in front of the net? Just an idea, since our current PP lacks any meaningful structure. I think that one of the issues with it, Cam, is, and whether it's Zadorov, I don't really care if it's Zadorov or not, whatever. So, but that's true. Maybe. I don't know. But they don't, as Smitty has said, they don't really know how to play in front of the net, it seems. Like, it's just Brazeau does. I mean, Brazeau does a pretty good job. I'll give it to him. But the rest of them, like, how many times they get traffic in front and then no one can find the puck and guys are getting tied up and they're not in the right place, and it just doesn't seem they're really good. Have guys who are really good at the whole in front of the net.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And I think producer Connor wants to talk, maybe?
Yeah, so quickly on the all-time shots on goal that you just mentioned, Ray Bourque is actually second all-time with 6,209 shots on goal. And give me one random guess as to who you think is first.
Ovechkin.
Ding, ding, ding. Alex Ovechkin, 6,690.
Wow. It's a lot of shots. And a lot of goals, too.
Right. It 100% is. I mean, it's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
What is it? Almost 900 coming up. He should be coming back soon. I heard he's skating.
Yeah. He started skating.
He's like Drago. He's like a robot, RoboCop.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be out a certain time. He's already ready to come back. Matthew Curtis, looks like there's only 6 teams in the league who are truly competing for a cup this year. Hockey is streaky as fuck, though. Sorry, John. Matthew, that is correct. I was looking at the standings today, and it just doesn't seem to be a lot of great teams.
No.
Just there's a lot of parity. And I feel like if one team makes a move or two, this could be the year where you make a move or two, and you might make a run at the thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's some teams out there that, might be a couple guys away. Minnesota's playing really well. Really well. And, and then obviously, Edmonton's good. Dallas is good. Colorado got down 4-0 and then, scored 4 to come back into that game against Buffalo. So, they have if they can shore up their defense and maybe find a goaltender from somewhere, they could make some noise for sure. And then, you have your Carolinas and your New Jerseys and, Florida, obviously, in the East. So, but no one's kind of running away with it. It looked like Winnipeg was going to do that, but they've come back to earth here in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and I thought the Rangers would be really good. They're a mess.
Oh, they are a hot mess.
They're a dumpster fire. So
they're going to make it. They're going to make a trade, and you're going to be like, "Wow, I can't believe they traded that guy for that just to shake things up."
They are just to shake it up.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what team is sneaky good. Maybe not sneaky, but they're good, and they might have a real chance. It's the Washington Capitals. They're the only team in the league who averages more than 4 goals per game. Their power play is number 1, I think, in the league, or up there, 1 or 2. They have a chance, especially if Ovechkin gets back healthy. They've got a real chance, I think, because they can score goals.
They can score goals, and Carberry's kind of helped them out defensively, so their system's a little bit better there, and they're building off the momentum of making to the playoffs last year when no one really thought they would. So yeah, that's a team that could certainly. I don't think anybody would want to play them. No one would be in a rush to play Washington in the playoffs. I don't think.
Sure. Pejman says 8 of the next 11 are against bad teams. Need to keep banking points, and that's true. I mean, you need to beat these teams you should beat, and get into now we're approaching. Now we're into that part of the season where you get a couple of months before four nations. So now you're kind of positioning, and by 4 nations, you certainly want to be in the mix. Bruins need to check into JT Miller, says Donovan. Granted, they'd be screwed by the cap. That's the problem, Donovan, is that the cap situation's really difficult. If you traded a Frederick, let's say you traded a Frederick and a Geeky, that's about $4.5 million. I don't know. You can't get anything for Geeky. No one's going to take him.
Would you do an Elias Lindholm for JT Miller swap?
Yes.
You do that one?
I would.
Okay.
JT Miller can actually score.
Okay, JT Miller is how much term does he have left? Doesn't he have a lot of term? Didn't he just sign that? I don't even know.
He signed a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah. So they're roughly the same.
He's gonna bang that out for us. You might be.
He is signed through 2030.
2030. Okay.
How much?
Yeah. So
what's AAV?
About the same as Elias.
The AAV is $8 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right in the same.
So $1 million more about the same time.
Yeah, I do it.
JT Miller. I'd consider that too. Put JT Miller with Pastrnak. I think that's a better fit.
Elias Lindholm is signed 1 additional year, but is $250,000 a year cheaper.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I'd do it. I do it for that. I do it. I would do JT Miller. Yeah. Do it right now. Yeah, I'll drive him to Terminal B.
And Maddie, I know you were listening the other day, but this is one of the scenarios where I wish Don Sweeney would admit the mistake early and just
which he never does. Right. I would do that too, even though he, talked about how he's like Bergeron and all this stuff. I would say, you know what? We need someone for Pastrnak. That's the big thing for me. You need someone for Pastrnak. And I think Miller would be a better chance at it. By the way, you guys did a great job the other night. I was in Beantown. I was actually right next door to TD Garden, and I was eating at Massimino's in the North End, having a good old time. I had a feast like you wouldn't believe.
Well, it sounds amazing.
I was eating
Massimino's
myself to death at Massimino's. It was fantastic. Did the whole tour of, we did Emmett's, we did JJ Donovan's, which is my favorite bar in there. It's just a bunch of angry old guys in there. There were like 5 just angry guys who showed up, and you just drink your drink. And then we were at Union Oyster House. We had espresso martini to die for. And the secret ingredient in that, that was Di Serono.
Yeah.
Put a little Di Serono in there, and I was whoa. It tasted the cherry and the almond in there, and it was just a good old time. So I was went to Newport, Rhode Island, went to the Breakers, went to the Enchanted Village, Jordan's Furniture. It was just a weekend of Christmas and festive drinking and Festivus for the rest of us.
Just a quick hit on JT Miller. His last 3 seasons, 32 goals, 67 assists, 99 points, 32 goals, 50 assists, 82 points. Last year, 37 goals, 66 assists, 103 points, plus 32. So,
okay. Sign me up.
Pretty good.
Sign me up for that one. Josh Belair, had they signed DeBrus, do you think you would have his 9 or 10 goals like he does in Vancouver? The answer is no, Joshua. I don't think that. I think you would be just as frustrated with DeBrus. I think he would be in this group frustrating. I mean, look, DeBrus is a streaky player, and right now he's on a good streak. But do you really think with this, like, who sets him up? Who is he on the line with? Like, who's he playing with?
Out there?
Is he no with Boston if he stays here? Like, if he stays here, you don't have Lindholm.
No, it's probably he's probably with Zacha and Pastrnak, probably.
Zacha and Pastrnak. So I don't know. Does he have 10 goals? I mean, he has 8 goals in his last 6 games. It's not like he went 20 some odd games with 2 goals.
He did. No. He struggled to start the year, just like most of the Bruins guys did. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think right now he would still be second or third on the Bruins in points.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would say I would rather have Jake DeBrusk at 6 than Elias Lindholm at 7 3/4.
Yes, I'm with you.
Elias Lindholm, even though he's winning faceoffs and he's good body position guy. I mean, he defensively was supposed to be great. He missed Mason Raymond tonight, but Ray Ferraro even went to the telestrator afterwards to show him dropping down and leaving Raymond wide open to score the goal to put them up 2-1. So it's not like he's Pavel Datsyuk out there or Patrice Bergeron. So if he's not scoring goals and he's not playing good defense, and you're paying $7.75, I mean, I'll take Jake DeBrusk at 6. Score some goals. Who's fast? Who plays on the penalty kill? Who can back check? Sure. Give me Jake. Give me streaky Jake all day long.
Yeah.
I'll take streaky Jake
better than Morgan Geeky
over a guy that can't score at all.
Right. Do you think Morgan Geeky's watching this too? Because you think he's going to respond to this? Is he watching now? Put something in the comments, Morgan.
Morgan, we love you, buddy. Yeah, we want you to play better. We love you, but we want you to play better. And you still, we agree, though, that you don't really belong on the first line.
No, you don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Y2 Jones, does Zadorov realize that he doesn't need to take a penalty in each shift? I don't think so. I think he thinks he needs to take ill-advised penalties. That's his thing.
It is his thing.
It is. Peshman says, I'd take JT Miller in a second, but he's a point-a-game guy 6 years straight. Other than issue in the Canucks locker room a couple of years ago with Horvat, he's been a good teammate. Why would Vancouver trade him? The talk is that he might be going back to the Rangers, I heard today.
Yeah, he wants out of Vancouver for whatever reason. He took like a personal leave of absence or something from the team.
There's something going on there.
So there's some kind of issue there. I don't know what it is, but if Don Sweeney does not check in on the player, he should be fired.
He should be.
If he does not at least make the phone call and say what would it take to bring him here, he should be fired for not doing his due diligence.
Coordination.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what the proper terminology is, but whatever it is.
Do you want if you want Charlie Coyle, we'll do Coyle for JT Miller right now. Charlie Coyle and throw in like the best restaurant.
Charlie Coyle and Trent
Throw in a gift card for the best restaurant in Weymouth, whatever that is.
Charlie Coyle, Trent Frederick, and a South Shore bar pie from Town Spa.
That's another thing we did. I went to Cape Cod. I went to the Cape Cod Cafe,
in
Brockton, Massachusetts. God, and I had some bar pie.
Yeah,
that was outstanding for sure. Yeah. Ken Brewer, I'm drinking with you guys. These Bruins are hard to watch, but easy to yell at. Even my dogs leave the room. And Ken, we're with you. We've had several. I mean, Smitty's mother almost disowned him during a Bruins game. So it happens.
I was almost divorced during the Stanley Cup Finals in 2019.
Yeah,
so that's a story for another day. Maybe that's an off-air story.
That's a Benders off-air story.
That's a Benders off-air story. Yeah, it will be coming soon to a YouTube near you.
Yeah, it will. And let's see. It looks like I hear from Donovan that Miller and Pedersen aren't getting along, and rumors say Miller is going to ask out for a trade. And I think he has. Dan Maynard, the thought of these guys, Dan's checking in from Australia. The thought of these guys making I got fat finger disease. Making the playoffs scares me. We will get torn to shreds in the first round. Be great to see them make it, but we won't get the cup. Dan, that may be true, but the Jacobs family would thoroughly enjoy getting their ass pounded in 5 games so that they can get some ticket gates.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're all about selling the fucking big meatballs. Sorry, John.
No doubt. Kyle Galusha's from Quincy.
That a boy, Kyle.
Quincy. And I Quincy, Massachusetts, the home of Dunkin' Donuts. Didn't that start Dunks in 1953?
Yeah.
I don't know why I know that, but I know that because I own stock in the place.
I work in Quincy.
Yeah, you do. You do work in Quincy.
And Braintree.
Braintree. T-Boss was born in Cambridge. Ken Brewer is from Nova Scotia, home of Brad Marchand. Yeah. Donovan, listening from Minnesota. Portland, Oregon is Cam.
Wow. I love this.
Everywhere.
This is awesome.
I'll tell you what, we're the transplant podcast. All the transplants should
we need to do is we need to take a road trip so we can visit with our friends. And visit with the Benders family.
We'll just take a road trip. Yeah.
We should.
Let's take a road trip. Yeah.
I mean, we are going to take one to Montreal.
I think we should hit. Yeah, we are. If anybody's near Montreal. The Rats from Rentham, not far from Smitty.
Yeah. He's in my spot.
Boston. Yeah. Dan Maiden says, watching Mike Pasta go from last year to this year is painful. Like you said, there has to be more to it. You don't go to this bad of a slump just because you suddenly shit at the game. Sorry, John. So a lot of the transplanted Bruins fans.
Yep.
Maybe we need a transplant Bruins fan shirt or something. The transplants. The transplants. Maybe we call that maybe we change the name of the pod to the transplants. Yeah. So the Bruins get the win today. Dan Maynard says, I'd pay to watch a live stream of Smitty watching a game. That's actually a good idea, Dan.
We have
done a watch party before.
We have done a watch party before. We've actually talked about doing a live stream of a game. So maybe we'll break that out some point this season.
Yeah, for sure. And this weekend we saw Smitty this weekend.
Yeah.
We went to Station 1, Shoveltown.
Yeah.
In Foxborough. They have excellent food and atmosphere there.
Yeah.
So we went there and we saw Smitty. We went over to Jake and Joe's after.
Yeah.
Had some cocktails and some food, some delicious food. It's a good weekend all around. Smitty's going to be not here on Saturday night. He's got a company Christmas party.
Yeah, my wife's work Christmas party on Saturday night, so
Yeah.
I will be unavailable. It starts early, I guess, because everybody's getting old. So starting at 5 instead of 8 usually starts at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up.
Yeah,
so gotta miss it. Unfortunately,
you don't want to miss the company because it's all on their dime. You drink like a fiend.
Well, yeah, I mean, and
you eat like a horse.
Grill in Providence, so it's it's not just any old food. It's really good food, really good wine, really good drinks.
Sure,
really good everything. So nice steak dinner.
Yeah. Beth is in New Hampshire. Lived in California for 40 years before coming to New Hampshire. Welcome to New England, Beth. Just Jones is in Hotel Waltham West is open in Colorado. Yes, we got to get out to Colorado and see Jones. We absolutely do.
Yeah, that needs
absolutely. And so it'll be Smitty yelling at his phone at the box scores at a Christmas party. Yes.
I mean, he'll
be group texting us saying, "What the."
Yeah, I'll be checking the. I actually have Fubo on my phone, so I might be able to sneak to the bathroom.
Sneak in a little. Yeah, I watched tonight. Was on ESPN Plus and Hulu.
Yeah, it was.
So I have the ESPN Plus, so I was able to watch it on my laptop. I pay the $30 a month for Nessun. I don't know why. Yeah. You don't hold it against me. It's a poor decision.
Well, I mean,
I have to.
Producer Connor should cut you a check for that. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that on the Inside the Rink dime?
Should be on here. Yeah, I mean, that's part of your
world
research or some shit, right?
What in the world? I mean, I'm the talent. I am the. I mean, no, we're the talent. We shouldn't be spending. Where's the expense report?
Yeah,
where is the reimbursement?
We need.
What the hell?
We need the expense reports. We need an expense.
I haven't seen a reimbursement form.
Should almost charge you guys for Nessun being fucking shitbags and being way more expensive than ESPN Plus.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine? We need a corporate credit card and
me along with all of the millions of people in the comment section here from not Boston. Are living life on ESPN Plus watching the Bruins.
Well, I have ESPN Plus too. I got it.
That was good tonight. Typically,
I have Nessun through Fubo.
Okay,
you can do that locally here in the Boston area. They charge you. Fubo went up from $50 or whatever it was originally to now it's like if you have Nessun, it's $85 now. They charge you like an extra $20 almost just for Nessun.
Oh, great! Thank you. Thanks, John Henry.
Yeah.
Pejman grew up in Weymouth, went to high school with Coyle for a year. He lives in Maryland now. He'd fly back up if you guys do another brewery watch like you did for Halloween. Well, maybe we should do one in the spring.
We are going to do one in the spring.
Yeah, maybe do a little late April, find a big Saturday game. Yeah, we'd love that. We'd love to get everybody there.
Yeah,
absolutely. That would be great. Lives in Maryland. I love Baltimore. We've been there.
Oh, I love Baltimore.
We've had a grand time in Baltimore at Camden Yards.
Certainly have.
Yeah.
Among other places in and around the city.
Yeah, we like it there.
Yeah.
When we're looking forward to Montreal, that'll be near the end of the year. That has a potential to be a big game.
Could be.
When we go to Montreal. For sure. Beth says the Panthers lost to the Penguins tonight in overtime. So Panthers get another point, but the Bruins are right there.
Making the charge.
They are. They're making a little bit of a charge here. And who do they have tomorrow? We do it again tomorrow night.
Yeah. Right? Chicago.
The Blackhawks.
Bruins Central. Bruins forward.
Midwest.
The Midwest Bruins.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bruins.
Hey, it's my version of the Bruins. Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor's out in the Chicago area.
Yeah. We got Foligno, we got Hall, we got Donato. Yeah, so we got a double banger tomorrow night. We got the post game live, and then we'll record the regular weekly episode after that. And we'll be out nice and early on Thursday morning at 5 a.m.
Oh, so Saturday's game is at 1.
It is. Yep.
Okay, against the Flyer.
Yeah, but by the time it ends, I would be like needing to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, true. So Flyers, right? So anybody who, if you want to hear anything from us in the recorded episode that was going on tomorrow night, let us know, and we'll talk about what you'd like us to talk about. So there you have it. Bruins get the W, 3-2 in overtime against the Detroit Red Wings, and go to 13-11-3 on the season, just 3 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs for first place in the Atlantic Division. And they play again tomorrow night at Chicago, 7:30 p.m. We'll be on right after, and hopefully all you folks will be with us. Thanks so much again for a great night. And as always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.